Can you remember how old your son was when he got diagnosed with autism?
He was 2 years, 3 months.
Okay, 2 years, 3 months. And what actually prompted you to get him screened?
He did a lot of things that I couldn't explain for his age.
Okay.
I knew there was something not adding up, not in a bad way. He was just the way he looked at things. He didn't look at things like a child or like a baby. My son started reading at the age before he was 2 years old. Because he could read, I neglected the fact that when you ask him his name or how are you, he wouldn't respond to say fine,
Hmm.
which was not typical, let me put it that way. And he started nursery very early. I didn't teach this boy nothing. He was self-taught. His teachers also told me he doesn't give eye contact. I said, yeah. He tiptoes. Yes, I know. But I didn't see them as signs of anything to the pediatric doctor. And from there, they said, okay, we have to have him assessed. But before they gave me a date for assessment, I already knew there was something unique about him. And I have a brother who's a medical doctor. So I called my brother and I told him something is different about my son. And he said, do not call what isn't. Your son just strikes me like a very intelligent boy. And I said, okay. But being the curious mom that I am, I took to Google. I remember everything I have seen him do. At that point, I started paying attention to everything he was doing. And I listed everything, and that was the first time I came across the word. I have heard of autism before, but have never really paid attention about autism. I got this questionnaire asking me to fill the questions and see. And it said, tick the box if you show signs of any of this. I was obviously answering for my son.
Hmm.
And if I remember, my son must have ticked 13 or 14 out of 20. That was like, oh wow, okay, there's something here. So I had already, because with autism, it's not a disease, it's not what can be tested in the blood or anything. It's
Hmm.
just to observe patterns of behavior doing. And 3 days later, they called me and said, have you heard of the word autism? And I said, yes. And they said, your son is autistic.
Looking back at that, do you remember what your first reaction was when?
I cried. I only cried because it was a confirmation of what I had suspected, what I had Googled and read about, even if I didn't have the qualifications to diagnose my child. So just hearing them say what I had already suspected just brought tears down my eyes.